Well, a very good morning, rally friends. It's the final day of the Heartlands Rally here in Burra. Would you believe we've had close on 360 kilometres of competitive action already? We haven't even hit the 48-hour mark. What do we have today? 120 plus kilometres, 5 stages to go. Once again, the weather gods are smiling on us. I absolutely love it. Look at that. That's an Australian blue sky above us. It's there all day. Now, these are the guys that lead the way. We've talked so much to Toby this weekend. We'll say good morning to him because it would be rude not to. But we're going to speak to you. Clearly, Holly, last day, you guys have been magnificent so far. What's the plan? What's the approach today with the lead you've got? Stage by stage and get to the end. Yeah. There was a little bit of concern yesterday. You had 1 or 2 issues with the car that you had to deal with. The guys have worked overnight on the car. How's it looking for reliability today? Yeah, all good. They worked very hard all night trying to get it done for us. So we've got backup plans in place, but we're all good. Yeah, good to backup plans in place. You're well organised. Well, we shouldn't expect anything less. We'll say a very quick good morning to Toby Price. Toby, it's final day of the rally, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, final day. So, we're super excited and ready for the day. So, yeah, like Holly said, we just take it stage by stage and, just try and control the overall lead and have a good fun day.
Oh, he will indeed. That's Toby Price and Holly Kilbride. Listen, their lead round about 3.5 minutes. It's been a magnificent performance. Not just the actual driving, but the way they've managed it. As I say, they had all sorts of issues yesterday with gearbox and other things that they had to deal with during the stages. There's Glenn Brinkman. Let's have a word with Glenn. Very quick word with Glenn, the man behind On The Brink Motorsport. A very good morning to you, Glenn.
Morning, mate. How are you?
Probably better than you. You've had a challenging weekend so far, but you're looking perky this morning, sort of.
That's the way Heartlands Rally goes, isn't it? I've got to keep coming back until I actually can sort it out and have a good run. But, yeah, no, it was all going really good yesterday till we had a bit of a gearbox failure, but the boys worked their butt off and got another gearbox in us, so happy to join again today. And yeah, I was starting to feel pretty confident yesterday, so yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but you know, that's this event. It's a tough event to finish.
Yeah, it's a really tough event. How impressed are you by Toby's performance? We don't want to jinx anything, but he's looked so comfortable out there all weekend.
Yeah, look, impressed but not surprised, you know, like I saw what he did in Benalbo, so pretty happy to see him have a really good, clean run, no mistakes. I don't think he's pushing that hard. So, stoked. I think it's been amazing for the event as well.
Oh, yeah. And young Holly's doing an incredible job next to him.
Yeah, they're a great team. We talked to Holly, put her in the car, and they've gelled together really well. So I can't wait to see them do some pace-noted events soon.
Oh, is that a little kind of exclusive for us?
You never know.
Listen, he's too good not to see him back in a rally car. Glenn, best of luck today. That car is magnificent. We do love it. Don't forget, Glenn is in that wonderful Escort Cosworth. Where is it? It's there. The Escort Cosworth. Doesn't it look wonderful in the martini colours? Let's have a word with Steve. He's working away there. Steve, what are you doing here? What are you
Scott,
making?
mate.
Scott, why did I think it was Steve?
I don't know. We've been getting it wrong for the last 2 years.
Probably, mate. I do apologise, and that is an absolute weakness I have. Names I'm awful with.
Well, I think you're pretty good at it. A whole lot better than me, I suspect.
Occasionally. Scott, tell me what you're doing here.
I'm just having a look at the times for the day, just making sure that when we leave here, I understand where we're going to be next, and when we're going to be due into service in Hallett, and making sure my times add up for the bits in between.
Because it's a different discipline, this, for co-drivers, isn't it? You know, it's not a pace-noted rally, but it's still quite intense for you. The timings and the navigation and all the calculations you need to get. You've got to be bang on with it all.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I was saying to a couple of co-drivers yesterday, pace noting in a way is easier because when you're doing the blind events, one, you really not got as much information to share with your driver. But secondly, you spend your whole time looking at the trip meter, doing backward calculations in your head, doing backward math in your head. So you actually spend a lot more time looking at the trip meter and looking at your book than you do out the front. So you miss things. Like Glenn said to me yesterday, did you see Toby's lines on that first corner? I'm like, nope. I'm too busy looking at the trip meter.
But with the blind rallying, it does rely on the driver driving a lot more to what he can see. And you know what? Out there is the odd bump that's not in the road book. There'll be the odd compression that's not in the road book. Maybe the odd tightening corner. Are you watching for those? Are you talking the driver through those as you're heading into potential hazards?
As best you can. I mean, you don't get much more of a perspective than he does. And of course, as I said, you're looking at a trip meter and looking at the next instruction. What we do try and do, though, on the first pass through is get information. So if something catches us out a little bit the first time, we'll make a note of that and try and pick up exactly where it was. And so the second time through, I can tell him that that's coming up.
Fabulous stuff. I'd love to do it one day, but A, I'm not talented enough.
You're welcome.
No, B, I'm not talented enough. There's no question about it, but I'm not brave enough. You boys are the bravest
Well,
of
I
the
couldn't do
brave.
what you're doing either, so yeah, I get each to their own, I guess.
But for just now, we'll stick to our own job, shall we?
Good idea today. Monday you can come back into a ride.
Yeah, why not? Lovely stuff. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Glenn. We'll catch up later on. Let's take a wander down here. Let's have a word with Dave. Dave does a really, really important job. Dave, a very good morning to you. Dave, you're the chaplain. You're a motorsport chaplain, and I think you're a big rally fan at heart as well.
Certainly am.
It's the kind of job that we never ever want to see you being busy with, but it's an important role that you play in the rally community.
Yeah, it is an important role. We're here to support the teams, the competitors, officials, organisers, and we're the people carers. We care for the people no matter what circumstances arise.
It's a fantastic job, and I do remember when Stu and Mark had their big crash last year. You were there at the hospital, and that's what you're on standby for, I suppose, just as you say, to be looking after the folk if there is any issue.
That's correct, and Mark and I go back quite a few years, many decades, so when something like that happens, no matter who it is, we go follow up at the hospital, follow up with family and any other needs that may arise.
Listen, you do a magnificent job, and we do very much appreciate it, mate. I really do hope you have the quietest of quiet days today.
The best day I have is when I do nothing.
Dave, good to see you. Let's wander down this way. Come this way. There is one of our wonderful photographers. Chris, good to see you this morning. He's taken some really unflattering pictures of me this weekend. I did give him a brief before the start of the rally. He's ignored it. I said only good pictures. He's ignored it. Now, Guy Tyler, let's go have a word with him. Goodness me, maybe the hardest working guy in the service park. Look at this. Look at. Have a look. Sorry, my friends. Guys, show me your hands. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Now, to be honest,
You are possibly the hardest working driver here. You have had challenge after challenge this weekend. It was clutch plate last night. Did you find one? It looks as if maybe you did. And is it all sorted?
Yeah, we're all sweet. Look, I have to thank too many people that just helped dig in and go to Adelaide and get a clutch, take the gearbox out, put it back in. Very, very thankful. It's like in rallying sometimes. You dig a hole and you just got to keep on digging until you can't dig anymore.
Wow, it's a magnificent effort. It's what rallying's all about, just sticking and persevering, and as you say, the teamwork element. But what is the plan today? Tell me I suppose it's for those Heat 2 points you're after?
Yeah, for sure. It all resets today. So we're going to go hard. We've got some fresh rubber on it. The car seems good, and we'll see where we're at.
You guys go hard now there. Best of luck, boys. It's a Mitsubishi, is it? No, what is it? What car is this, Johnny? Tell me. Mitsubishi.
It is a Magna, Australian built.
Australian built, and it is the kind of car that's quite incongruous as a rally car. But goodness me, we've seen it before. Who was the guy in Queensland, the Queensland farmer, that on the Alpine Rally did an incredible job in a Magna? It's just the sort of car that you wouldn't necessarily pick as a rally car, but as Guy told us yesterday, $30,000. He's built that car, and it's competitive in the hands of someone who is an excellent driver. Good luck to him. Who's this? My friend Dave McDonough. Dave is a man who's been around rallying for a few years, has some wonderful cars. He's got a beautiful old Pro Drive car. He's got a Manta. He's got a lovely Mitsubishi that you can see here. What's the other car? The car that I love, Dave, is your Capri. And you just finished the Capri when I was up at your place. Have you had it out on the tarmac, the Capri?
No, I haven't. We haven't had the time, but it's ready to go. So we're looking forward to getting that out.
But it is the sort of car that just sits there and just looks beautiful. And I guess you don't really want to... Well, you must do. You're the sort of boy that wants to drive all these cars. But to just sit and look at it and to lift the engine, maybe to turn it on and listen to that roar occasionally, be enough for me.
It's had a pretty good competition history over 20 years. It's just been rebuilt to a much higher spec now, so it's looking pretty because it's just been rebuilt.
Rebuilt by yourself?
Yeah, and a few of the guys who help. Yeah, they do a great job, yeah.
You were talking last time I saw you about maybe a special project. Is there any further news on that? Anything you can say publicly about that?
Not yet. We haven't quite got. It'll be different. It may not be competitive, but it'll be exciting. But we'll see how we go with that.
Yeah, I love seeing your engineering genius. Manifesting itself into cars. Tell me about the weekend. How's it all going in this lovely, reliable old Mitsubishi of yours?
We haven't been in it for about a year. It was Mitta last year and a bit of a warm-up. We got going okay, and then, of course, being about 65 years old, I had a nap halfway through the last stage and visited the scenery, so it isn't so immaculate now, but we're still going. It's okay.
Yeah, and a few more Ks to go. Best of luck, boys. Take it easy out there today. Well, don't take it easy. Go hard, but go safe.
Thank you.
There we go. Dave McDonough, a real character. And as I say, in terms of engineering, goodness me, there is a genius brain in that head that does incredible things. Now, where are we going now? Co-driver. No, oh, look at that. Who is that? Got no idea who that is. How can that stay in there? Do you reckon that's been there for the whole rally? I think it probably has. And as I said earlier, this rally, probably just under 48 hours. And we do close on 500 kilometres. It is quite the most incredible event. You know, if you're talking about value for money, oh, it is wonderful. Now, let's have a chat with this fella here. Who is this? Car number 60. Is this a regularity? We have a regularity rally, don't we?
Yeah, regularity.
Sorry, what was your name, sir?
Richard Davies.
Richard, lovely to see you. So you're in the regularity?
Yes.
In this fantastic Peugeot?
Yes, we've used it many times in this event, and it's going very well.
So regularity rally to some folk will be a little bit of a new sort of discipline. I know it's been around for many, many years. But what is the main skill involved in regularity rallying?
Getting the final 500 metres correct. And we're given a list of average speeds, time taken, distance, and so we create checkpoints along the way to see how we're going with the average speed, but it's all about the final 500 metres of panic.
Because as I understand it, you're not allowed to go above a certain speed, you're not allowed to go below a certain speed, and you're definitely not allowed to stop. So you can't just bowl up towards the stop line, stop and then wait. You can't do that, right?
Colin, yes.
So it is about managing your pace through the stage.
Yes, and because the stages are blind, last night we had very good roads leading up to the final half of terrible roads. I mean, great but rough. So it affected the way we had to go very quickly through the rough stuff to make up time. So there's a lot of luck involved, but it's great. It's a mental challenge and a challenge on the car. And at one stage, one of the wheels decided to finish before we did. But no, it's all good fun.
It's a great way to be part of what is a great rally and to keep going. Listen, I'm going to leave it to you. Best of luck out there today. One day we'll sit down and you can explain it to me in more detail.
Thanks,
but
Colin.
best of luck.
Thanks.
There we go. I would really, regularity rallying is something I would like to try. But you know what? They are limited to 130 kilometres an hour, but you get into a twisty section towards the end of a stage and you've got to push on a bit. That's plenty of hard rallying for me. But it is incredible just how. I was going to that. That's James Leonidas, I call him. Leonidas the warrior from Greece, but it's not. How do we pronounce his name, Johnny?
Leoncini.
Yeah, Leoncini. Yeah, a magnificent car. I have to say, we saw underneath the bonnet of that car yesterday. What a piece of engineering that is. You look at it and you think, oh, it's a little old Toyota Corolla. Not when you lift the bonnet and you look at the engine. It really is a wonderful car, and James drives it incredibly hard. Another driver who had lots of issues yesterday. The engine is brand new. He had some concerns about that. He had other issues that he had to work through yesterday. He worked tremendously hard to get that car back out. He was right there with Toby Price. He dropped a bit of time. So we'll see how he gets on today. Folks, there we are.
How good was it yesterday when we saw him? He was working on the car.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, we saw him in the regroup. It was all done.
It was all done. It was incredible. He was working on the car with his dad. They got the angle grinder out. They had the ratchets out. They had everything going there. And as you say, Johnny Boy, that's the voice of the wonderful John McCready on holiday. OHM on holiday with the McCreadys. OHM Media. It was wonderful. And that's the great thing about this rally. There's so many stories like that where Guy Tyler, I mean, you saw his hands. You're working all day on the car, gets it out, keeps going. Leoncini, exactly the same thing, working hard, gets it going. They want to compete and they want to enjoy these stages. And we want to enjoy them, folks. So let's have a look at the sky above. Sky's looking good. Again, isn't it a great spot this? I'm going to tell you a little bit about where we are, by the way. That is Paxton Square off to the right here. If you're in Burra, just Burra is a place that is well worth visiting. You know, if you're planning a trip to Australia, don't just pencil in. You know, absolutely firm up a trip to South Australia and take a road trip around this area. There's so much to see. But Burra's a wonderful old heritage listed town, an old mining town, copper mining, and these were the old copper miners, the Cornish copper miners' cottages that were built. They used to live genuinely in caves down in the river off to our left. They had some floods. Sadly, a lot of the miners drowned in those floods. So the mining bosses built them these wonderful cottages that have been refurbished and repurposed for us to use now. And they are fantastic. And you can rent one of these cottages. You can stay here if you come and visit this wonderful, wonderful part of Australia. We do love it. All right, folks, we're going back out into the stages. 120 plus Ks, 5 more stages to go. And then we'll know whether, remarkably, Toby Price takes his potentially, fingers crossed, first win in a rally car. That will be a story worth telling.